Hey friends, Rob Phoenix, the Powwow guy here with the weekly update from Sunday, August 22nd to Saturday, August 28th. Well, this past week has been pretty great actually. We did get a lot of rain and a lot of storms like we talked about last week. But Thursday ended up being the nicest day of the week, so that was really good. Today, it's Saturday right now, and in South Central Pennsylvania, it is 5:15 p.m. Today was supposed to be mostly cloudy, kind of gloomy, but it turned out to be gorgeous. It's blazing hot though and humid. It's upwards near 90 and very humid. So this morning, I took a little road trip out to Lebanon, just outside Lebanon, Pennsylvania, to meet with another powwow friend, Kara. We met at a little coffee shop. The name escapes me right now. Ancestor Coffee House, some such thing. And had a crepe. It was nice. And then we went to this gem and crystal expo. I don't know what it was actually called, but it was basically it was more like a trade show, like vendors selling crystals and gemstones. And like that's all there was. There were like hundreds of tables of just nothing but crystals and gemstones. So if you're into that kind of thing, it was like a heavenly experience. I like crystals and gemstones. I mean, they're pretty, they're fun to look at. My son loves them, and he loves them for the supposed qualities that they have, like for meditation and such. I don't really get into them for that reason, but it was still really enjoyable, and I got a nice stone from Africa for my son that I think he likes. He said he liked it, but so anyway, that was cool. Totally new experience, someplace I'd never been. And then on the way home, my directions kind of flopped out on me, just because I was out in like this like beautiful sort of farmland, very rural area in Lebanon County, gorgeous place. Just a lot of farms and cornfields and such, and I lost phone signal, which hasn't happened to me in a long time, but so I kind of got lost. But it was okay. I figured it was still early in the day. I'll just drive until either the phone kicks back on or, what. I don't know. So, anyway, I eventually found my way back to Harrisburg, and I found this little shop called J&T Prestige Gifts. I think that's J&T Prestige Gifts, something like that. A little sort of new agey boutique shop. Tricky to get into. It's off Jonestown Road. Not that any of you care what Jonestown Road is, but if you're local, you know what Jonestown Road is. So it's just off Jonestown Road, and you kind of have to like go through a parking lot, go around this building. It's tricky, but it's worth it. It's cool. Now I was hoping for more occult stuff. So when I hear shops have like occult things, I guess what I'm expecting is occult books and grimoires and, maybe ceremonial implements and such. Instead, what it has is a lot of that sort of Eastern, like if you're into yoga, essential oils, and like incense from India, that kind of stuff. I mean, beautiful shop. It smelled wonderful in there. The lady working was super nice, super friendly. One thing they had that I really liked is handmade soaps. Those are my favorites, so I bought a couple of those, and I got some incense, and I did find this little pottery dish. I bought it for Bill because it was this neat green. It had sort of a tree in it, and there was a little crescent moon or something on it. Just sit on our coffee table or something. But when I got home with it, we realized it's actually an incense burner. There was like a little tiny hole in it, I guess, to put like stick incense. We won't use it for that, but it was cool. So anyway, I definitely recommend that shop. If you're it's the first time you're going there, like it was my first time, she gave me a free gift and she gave me a discount. So that was awesome. So for a free gift, I got to choose. There was this dish of like tumbled gemstones, and then there was this dish of bracelets made out of gemstones. So I figured Josani would love a bracelet, and I got him one. It's called hematite. It was always my understanding that hematite is for like protection. But she gave me a little card about hematite that goes with it, and it's kind of about balancing and whatever else. So he's wearing it. He loves that. Anyway, so that was fun. That was new, and that's it. Came home, and then Bill and I did a bunch of yard work and got washed up, and now I'm hanging out here to make my weekly update video. So there's my day that nobody asked me to tell you about. Nobody cared about, but there you go. So anyway, one thing I just kind of want to go off on a little, not so much of a ranty rant about is today at the gem show, I heard somebody say, well, it must be a Mercury retrograde. Nothing bothers me more than when people, must be a Mercury retrograde. I mean, for most people, that's literally the only astrological phrase they know. 9 out of 10 times, they probably don't even know what that means, but they just think, I'm having bad luck today. Must be a Mercury retrograde. So I'm here to tell you that I loathe it when people talk about Mercury retrograde. Forget Mercury retrograde. Focus more on the signs that Mercury is in, okay? Like, Mercury is a very fast-moving planet, and it goes through the signs a little bit faster than the moon, okay? The moon stays in a sign 2 to 2.5 days. Mercury's in a sign maybe 2 days, sometimes a little bit less. I mean, it zips around. It's quick. So, like right today, Mercury is in the sign of Aquarius. Let's forget retrograde, all right? Let's forget that for direct retrograde. Mercury is in the sign of Aquarius. So Mercury is our movement and our communications, and that includes our communication devices, phones, computers, email, writing people letters, talking to somebody, sign language, listening to music. I mean, anything that involves that sort of air kind of communicative stuff, that's Mercury. And Aquarius is the sign of innovation. It's a sign of experimentation, putting yourself out there. It's a sign of trying new things and, just recognizing that there is this whole wide world out there, and let's take a chance and experience something new. It also governs such things as electronics, computers and such. So if you have Mercury in the sign of Aquarius, you can either expect a lot of communication with people, a lot of new types of communication, or maybe making plans for the future, or just coming up with all these wonderful new ideas, or doing all this like computer stuff. But sometimes you can expect little upsets, little glitches. Like today, for example, my directions turned off, I got lost. That's kind of a Mercury in Aquarius thing to happen. But what's also a Mercury in Aquarius thing to happen is I traveled to somewhere new, and I experienced something cool and like semi-spiritual, and I opened my mind, and so there you go. So let's please stop talking about Mercury retrograde and acting like that's the big bad, because I guarantee if I would have asked that person, like, I'm sorry, do you know what Mercury retrograde really is? Do you know what retrograde motion of planets is? She probably wouldn't have known. But as much as we get that inspiration to set somebody straight, best not to do that. It was a harmless comment, but let's just reel it in a bit with that. Okay, so anyway, tomorrow the big thing, Sunday the 22nd, is the full moon in Aquarius. And the moon, the sun moves into Virgo So tonight's the last night of Sun in Leo, moves into Virgo tomorrow, and we had the full moon in the sign of Aquarius, which I was just talking about because Mercury's there now. Mercury moves into Pisces tomorrow, so that's something different. But the moon will be in Aquarius, full moon. Okay, so everything I just talked about, the innovation and the exploration and the spirituality and trying new things and talking to new people and such, that's going to be at the height tomorrow. So that's pretty exciting. Now, tomorrow is also what's known as a blue moon. And I have to set the record straight on blue moons too. Most people, and I was taught this too, and I just assumed it was correct. However, most people think that a blue moon is the second full moon to fall within a calendar month. Okay, we've all heard that. We've all read it. It's in all the books. The second full moon to fall within a calendar month. But we see the problem here because the moon is full approximately every 28 days. So tomorrow is only the 22nd of August. So how can that be? Well, I'm going to tell you how it can be. The actual definition of a blue moon is this. Now pay attention. Every season, we all know we have 4 seasons. Within those 4 seasons, each season is approximately 3 months, 90 days. So within those 4 seasons, each season has 3 full moons. Okay, that's just the way it is. 3 full moons per season. In the instance where there are going to be 4 full moons in a season, which is exactly what's happening for the season of summer, because the full moon's tomorrow, that's our 3rd one this season. The 4th full moon is September 20th. That's 2 days before it turns into fall. So that means there are 4 full moons in the season of summer. When a season has 4 full moons, the 3rd full moon is considered a blue moon. Does that make sense? So 4 seasons, 3 moons per season. If there is a 4th moon, the 3rd moon is considered a blue moon. All right, so that's what's happening tomorrow. I'm talking too much. I need something. So, anyway, you can expect a little boost to all that Aquarius energy I was talking about. So, this coming week, I want to talk about the weather a little bit. This is supposed to be the weekly update. We're 12 and a half minutes into it, and I haven't even started. So, this coming week, let's talk about weather. It's going to be hot, humid, and rainy. Again, that's kind of our norm, all right? We're going to have some nice days, though. Like Tuesday is supposed to be the best day. It'll be sunny. It'll be hot, but it'll be dry. Tomorrow, we don't know. Today was supposed to be cloudy all day, and it turned out to be gorgeous. It's nice and sunny, so you never know. Now, tomorrow we have a family reunion way up in Schuylkill County. It's called for storms and such. It's going to be at a state park. I don't know what's going to happen. We're probably going to get soaked. Yeah, there you go. So anyway, we're going to have another rainy week and such. Not a great week for harvesting coming up. But this is like pretty much the best time to do a final planting of any root crops. So if you're doing another batch of potatoes or onions, underground crops, this will be the week to do it. And it's probably the last time you'll be able to plant them and get any effective growth. Again, here in South Central Pennsylvania. I cannot speak for the rest of the planet. So yeah, if you're local, put that underground stuff. If you want one more go of potatoes or whatever, put them in now. You'll get a good result in like 8 weeks or so, and then that'll be the end for the year. So yeah, that's that. What else do I want to talk about? Oh, and so tomorrow, going back to Mercury just a bit, tomorrow with Mercury moving into the sign of Pisces. Pisces is a more spiritual energy, okay? Pisces is the sign of like illusions, spirituality, meditation, psychic ability, dreams, magic. But Pisces can also be deceptive. So because we're talking about Mercury moving in there, it's really a good time to get a card reading or consult a psychic or do some meditation, or consult your higher power, or pray, you know, whatever it is you do. But a flip side of that is to just be careful. You may find yourself saying things that aren't true, or you may not be able to 100% trust what you're hearing. Even if you get a card reading or something, the information you're getting might be a little bit skewed, and that's not the fault of the person doing the reading. It's not your fault. It's just the kind of energy that's out and about tomorrow. So just be careful about that. So that's really it. You know, it's going to be a good week, I think. The weather's going to be kind of lousy, but, you know. And that's really all I have to say. So I guess if anybody has any questions, please get in touch with me. I've been doing a lot of powwow lately, so if you need anything or whatever, just contact me. Go to the website, pagermanpowwow.com. I have a number on there that you can text. Do not call me, please. I will not answer. You text. Also my email address. You could just email me, whatever, and we'll schedule an appointment. So that's it. That's all I had to say. I hope you guys have a great week. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Love you guys very much. God bless you, and we will talk soon.